I'm glad we all seem to be on the same page. And by the same page, I mean that boy is not getting time magic. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Here's another fun fact. Here we are. Ah! Shoot, I was dropped the toy. Here we are for another chapter of Ichi the Witch of Descaros. Chapter 52, 52nd Hunt. I'm already concerned by the name of the title alone. Who's free? Alright, freeze. But, of course, Ichi the Witch. I have it on me. I keep it on me. Ah! You know we got a pre-draw. It's Ichi the Witch. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I itch and scratch and fiend for every new chapter of Ichi the Witch. But then again, I itch and fat. Well, not fatch. What is fatching? That actually sounds. I don't even want to look that up. That just sounds wrong. But I itch and scratch and fiend for many different chapters. But Ichi the Witch is high on the docket. So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into chapter 52. Freeze. Descaros, something isn't right here. Hey, don't stray too far from me. You'll leave the range of my barrier spell. See, I will admit though, I don't, and this is why I give credit, right? Especially with the way, I remember all the way back when the World Hater first appeared. Like, a lot of people were thinking, we're gonna lose Descaros somehow. If she keeps in this facilitating role, I think it's fine that she's here. But even then, like, how long can we keep her as a facilitator? But at the same time, it's the ever-present conflict. Notably, I'm thinking of a couple videos, because I'm thinking of, like, future things where I just want to, like, bulk record just in general. Typically, I bulk record chapter reviews, and now I bulk record for the second channel that got the reaction, where I try to get as much of those reaction videos done. They drop once a week over there on Saturdays at 1 p.m. So, like, I try to just have all those ready. I want to get, like, preferably maybe, like, a month or two ahead on that, which will literally just be 8 videos, which is going to be so much easier than getting a month or two ahead on here. But essentially, there's some videos I just want to do, but I just never really do because I'm always either doing something else. But one of the videos I do want to do is just talking about Descaros as a narrative issue, because, like, I love Descaros. Probably a little too much according to some people, but I love Descaros. At the same time, she is so powerful that, like, is she too powerful? But admittedly, the one out that is built into the structure of this narrative is the Majik's free will and how they are fundamentally immortal unless the conditions for their trial are met. I think that's why Descaros' raw power technically doesn't not even hurt. It doesn't even, like, poke the narrative in the same way that a Satoru Gojo poked the narrative, or a Shimon Benimaru poked the narrative, or a, like, essentially think of any overpowered character ever in another manga, because raw power literally can't be the answer here, unlike a Dragon Ball, unlike a Bleach, unlike a Naruto, unlike a One Piece, where, like, you just beat the guy up a whole lot and then they'll surrender. We already saw something like that with Gokuraku. It just doesn't work. It's not the same thing. So I think Descaros is fine. I'm interested to see how she's going to keep evolving in the support role, because now she's doing barrier spells, which we've seen her do before, but very specifically to resist what? Resist freezing? Or you'll lose this chapter? Is everyone gonna freeze? Well, not everyone's. Presumably Ichi's gonna make it out. Let's see. Is this a barrier spell around that ship too? No, it isn't. Oh, oh wait, what do you mean? That's less a barrier, and interesting. Let's see. I made literally. Where's one of my beads? Hold on. I've gotten so used to wearing these that it's weird to not wear them. But I made so many jokes in, like, chapter 1's review and even a few chapters after that, where it's like, you know, Ichi the Witch already on chapter 1 and Solo's all of JJK. Here we are! Not just getting a time Majik, but a time Majik that's forming its own little pocket of space. Oh, interesting. And it's more and more its own little pocket of space. Inside it, everything is frozen. Well, never mind, that was quick. Well, freeze. So maybe they will freeze once they go into the frozen space. But that's interesting. So the ship itself, I wonder, I can't tell if it's moving still, though. Like, is it moving and then just, like, whatever falls out of the range of the pocket of space then leaves it? Or, like, what do you mean, little pocket of space? What do you mean? Is Ichi gonna get that? Oh, man. But all these angles are fantastic. I don't know, man. Like, Uzazaki-sensei. I don't know what they're, like, how do you even, I mean, I get it, you know, there are references of people looking over the back, and notably, it's all the different poses, too. Ichi's standing 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, shoulders turned, Gokuraku's squatting down on his board, Descaros is standing typically how you would stand on the board, but still with her shoulders turned out this way, Kabuki's sitting down, like, it's the little things in Uzaki-sensei's art, on top of, you know, just the general insanity and their level of skill that's, like, has me like, how do you know so much, Paul? It's getting absurd, gosh darn it. Let's see. Oh, but they're willing. Okay, but I suppose because of Descaros' time barrier, or not time barrier, but because of Descaros' barrier, they're probably gonna be able to go in there and not be frozen. Probably. Hopefully. I mean, the chapter's called... Someone's gonna get frozen. I hope it's not Kamugi. I really hope it's not Kamugi. Then again, though, the one bit of hope I heard from a friend was like, well, maybe we aren't going to give Ichi a time Majik. Maybe you aren't going to give Descaros a time Majik, but we could give Kamugi a time Majik. And just because, you know, she's not a combatant, she has to use it in ways that are not, you know, broken. In a way that Descaros or Ichi would get, like, a massive buff for any time Majik. The only thing I know here... Oh, that's his neck. That's his neck. I thought I was saying, that's a pretty big ear, but that's his neck. Let's see. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. So they're literally walking on water. All right, interesting. But I suppose it is... In this case, I guess will literally just be ice. Is that safe? Why do you not just board the boat directly? Let's see. Huh? Wow. I'm standing on the sea, which would have to be insane. I don't know. I love the ocean. Like, I love it as a concept, but I am also fundamentally horrified of it. I think I mentioned this fun fact before, but young Pencil was terrified, like morbidly horrified of whales, and especially blue whales. Because my brain literally, despite loving dinosaurs, in fact, there's a dinosaur up there, but like, despite of loving dinosaurs ever since I was young, the idea of something being that big and it being in the water, and I couldn't see it until it was too late. Like, notably, I've always loved swimming. I've loved being in water. I still love it to this day. Like, if there's a pool, I'm likely getting it. Unless there are conditions that are preventing me from getting into the water, I will likely get into the water on any sort of event. So I do love the water. And I do love the ocean. I've swam in the ocean, and even in the relatively deep ocean, a bunch of times. But there is always that, like, existential fear of the deep that's existed inside me, and that manifested in Young Pencil, thanks to Finding Nemo, and it was... I still don't think I've ever finished that movie. I genuinely don't think I've ever finished Finding Nemo. Mainly because young me was so horrified of when... See, it's been so long. Dory and Marlin, when they got swallowed by that blue whale. Like, that would... It just... Like, the image of it just coming out of the depths so small, and it gets bigger and bigger, and just devoured. Like, that's crazy. And I knew, like, young me couldn't conceptualize. I think it's because I knew they were alive, right? Like, I think I found dinosaurs fascinating in spite of their size, even though they could also just help. Because I was like, oh, well, they don't exist, right? And I hadn't seen Jurassic Park. So I didn't have, like, any worries about that. So I was like, oh, they can't exist. So, like, that's fine. They're gone. But, like, as a person who loved the water, I was like, oh, there are creatures that large? That big? That cavernous, and they could just accidentally eat me and not even realize it. Ugh. Though, unironically, a blue whale would really struggle to eat a human. In fact, they probably immediately spit you out once they feel you, because, like, their esophagus is really small. A human would get caught in their esophagus. We'd even get caught in their blowhole. I mean, depending on, like, how broad your shoulder. Like, notably, I have a relatively broad frame, just because, like, genetics and also working out consistently. Where's my ruler? There we go. So, like, I think the diameter of a blue whale's blowhole is about, like, 2 feet. So me, I'm more than 2 feet across shoulder wide, and that's not assuming, like, I spread out. Like, literally just me, like, being pushed out. Obviously the air would be able to get around me, water would be able to get around me, but, like, a human, the reason there are, like, no reports ever of, like, humans being swallowed by blue whales is because it's not really feasible for them. There's the reason they only eat, like, really, really small, like, krill and stuff like that. But back to the chapter itself. Let's see. Wow, I'm standing on the sea. It's solid. Well, Tsumumi, you're the one who pointed out that it was space. Let's see. Whoa, everything really is frozen inside this dome. Outside, wait, what is that? What does that say? Outside is a... Hold on, this, and now we gotta go big. Oh, I'm seeing the next page. That's a mistake. Fine. Outside is... I don't know. Even the fish aren't moving. She's like, they're so easy to catch. But that at least, unless this place is, I mean, notably, it's called, like, the stasis sea or something. So maybe it doesn't move. Maybe it's legit just been chilling there, frozen in time forever. Interesting, though. I'm wondering if, considering it is a pirate ship, unless the pirate ship itself, or the ship itself, is the Majik, I wonder if there's, like, some sort of dynamic that it had with some, like, human passengers upon that ship, and then it froze them in time forever. Like, I don't want to let you go. And then, thusly, it stopped the decay, it stopped the ship, stopped that moment in time forever. It's like, how old is the ship? How old are these fish? The way they're talking about it, the time Majik has been around for forever, and they immediately knew where to send them. It's like it's even bothering anybody. I think that's the main reason why they haven't claimed it. Technically, it doesn't do anything, except, I think it mentioned, how did the last chapter end? It mentioned that people have been trapped by it before, right? Is that how it ended? Let me see. I have to see for myself. Time, no, I need to go to the end. There's this class of legendary Majiks that witches have attempted and failed to acquire for ages. Amongst them, there is one that the Witch Association pay increase acquire. Its lair can be found on the Pendulum Seas, on the Stasis Seas. On the Pendulum Seas, that cursed stretch of water has sent many ships to the cold depth. Okay, so I guess technically, but is that the fault of the Majik? Or is it just the fault of the ocean there? I don't blame them for assuming it's a Majik though, right? Especially if its territory is right there, and presumably it probably got the name the Pendulum Seas from the time Majik. So like, I get that. I get why they may be going after it. Though admittedly, I still think it's crazy that they're sending Ichi after this on such early notice. I guess they figured, hey, he fought the World Leader, hey, captured Uro, hey, we got Descaros with him. Go ahead, go get it, boy. Let's see. And notably, I'm very interested to see how Ichi's like hunting skills would play into this one, because like, if I'm thinking of all the Majiks Ichi's had to acquire so far, that he acquired explicitly of his own skill, right? Because I feel like Bakugami and Uro don't count. Uro, realistically, is Descaros' acquisition that Ichi got very, very lucky in being, like, the fine... Like, he kill stole, alright? Like, it's when you're playing Marvel Rivals, and you do 99.9% of the damage, and then the dagger from halfway across the map snipes them with one singular dagger, and then they're gone. Hi, it's me. I'm the dagger. That doesn't done that. So like it's like that. All right, it doesn't really count, at least in Uro's case. But then Inazuri was through hunting and recognizing like a fox's capabilities. Urowashi technically wasn't hunting, but at least was based around like what you do after a hunt, cooking and making sushi. Then Urigumo technically also was kind of like a stolen one, if I really think about it. If I'm being honest with myself, right? Because Gokuraku did a bunch of the work, forced it to reveal its trial, and then Ichi just sliced the horn off after Gokuraku had already done a bunch of damage and demoralized it. So, like, that isn't really so much hunting either. And then, obviously, Bakugami was once again another massive Gokuraku effort for the most part. I mean, Ichi obviously fought there, but that wasn't hunting. That was just, technical skill, which I guess was born of hunting. So I'm interested to see how Ichi's skills are going to play in here. If anything, I feel like Descaros would be more useful here, just considering her variety. But it really depends on what the Majik's trial even is. So let's see. Ichi, do you... Interesting. Did they like park that? Why did it say like that? Why is it? I thought the water was. Do they still somewhat interact with it? Why does it look like the thing is lodged in the water? I don't know. Ichi, do you remember the mindset I told you to have for this hunt? Uh-oh, what is that? Yeah, losing is a given, winning is a gift. Okay, so she's like, so essentially Descaros was like, if things are about to go bad, we're leaving. I get that though. I wouldn't want to risk it either. Yeah, if things are getting bad, go. Let's see. Winning is a gift. Exactly. This time, our target is an epic Majik. Honestly, I get why she said it like that, because it is what it is, but it would have been so much of a bar if Descaros, instead of saying that, said, this time, our target is time itself. That would have been, but like, I get why. Because technically, the time Majik isn't actually time itself, it's just it's something that has control over time. Like Urowashi isn't ice, Raiko isn't, or Inazuri isn't lightning, or Yugumo isn't silk. It's just like they control those things, not aspects of them. Let's see. Epic so that's their class officially. Huh, interesting. Epic Majiks. Ancient and powerful. These are Majiks witches have tried and failed to capture or acquire for a long, long time. Other traits which may lead a Majik to be declared epic. I think legendary would have been a better. Like, I get epic is shorter and it flows better. It doesn't even flow better. I feel like legendary Majiks feels more apt. I don't know. It feels like a cool. I mean, then again, I think epic is like, despite being a word that means so much, like this is gonna be epic. It doesn't have the same feel as like legendary, foundational, fundamental. Like those are like big fancy words. All right, 4-letter word, same letters as then. Like that's kind of crazy. But epic, let's see. Other traits may lead to a Majik being declared epic. Their location/environment makes them near impossible to reach. So those are like some of the Majiks we know are at like the bottom of the ocean. I don't think each is ever gonna kind of. We'll have to see. Provoking them risks catastrophic damage to their surroundings. I mean, technically, and ironically, the Kendake Majik was kind of like that. But I guess it was like it wasn't like intentionally doing that. It thought it was just chilling. But technically, the Kendake Majik, a lot of the Majiks would have been classified as epic then. Like Bakugami technically would have been, right? Like at least I think realistically, considering he was going to destroy an entire nation. Though admittedly it was through a different means, and I suppose provoking them risked catastrophic damage. I mean, like they provoked him, but he wasn't able to do the catastrophic damage quickly enough. Raiko, very small scale. Uruwashi was consuming entire towns and was going from like town to town to town to town, or at least 1 and 2. But it was gonna do that on its own, so I guess technically it wouldn't count. Uro though, yeah, but then again, Uro was also just a being of destruction, seemingly. Their natures are unpredictable enough that inspecting them is deemed too risky. So I'm assuming like a space Majik and erasure Majik. I guess though technically the world hitter Majik would, if we were to give him like a one word classification, he would be the erasure Majik or like the warping Majik. So technically he kind of is like a space / erasure Majik. Essentially, any Majik that deals with like fundamental concepts, like a reality Majik, a soul Majik, a heart Majik, like essentially anything that could deal with like fundamental aspects of the universe or fundamental aspects of people, sentient or otherwise, that could probably classify. So interesting. That's why I'm so shocked we're going through time so quickly. I wonder if this is gonna be one of those things in a narrative where like, or like not even a narrative, but like kind of in a video game sense. I feel like it rarely happens in narrative because narrative is always about forward progression most of the time. But there are times in video games where you like run into a boss too early, and it's like, oh, we're not built for this, and like you're basically forced to auto lose the encounter. And of course, there are times where you go around and still beat it, right? Like for a recent example, spoilers for Deltarune. Skip like a minute ahead if you don't want spoilers for Deltarune. But in Chapter 3 of Deltarune, the Roaring Knight appears. And like that's basically implied to be the current final boss. Maybe it's a Titan, but we fought a Titan in Chapter 4, so like, debatable. But essentially, Roaring Knight shows up, you're naturally meant to lose the battle in the first run. But you can go back, reload your save, and then you can just keep fighting them until you beat, and heavy quotation marks them. So that may be the case here, where it looks impossible, but they retry or something. But I could easily see this being a case where they just sent him out to be like, "How can you do?" Actually, where's Chiki Shirone? Now that I think about it, I'm actually see her around. Huh? Where is she? Because she's supposed to be here too. But regardless, all that could be the case where they come, they realize they're not built for it, and they have to come back later. But we'll see. And I could see it happening, but at the same time, I wonder if that would immediately make Chiki Shirone be like, But again, why is everything going after this thing so early? The sum total of information known about the time Majik is, it manipulates time. That's all.
That's it. Okay.
That's it. Not only has it rebuffed multiple inspection teams, keeping witches from learning about it, it has twisted time enough to reverse the fact that some teams even reached it at all. Okay, so that one's, it's actually kind of close to absolute dominion over time. Because to reverse the fact that some teams even reached it at all, so I guess like, and I guess that means like a scale thing. Notably, it has its small little space bubble. But if it's able to reverse the fact that some teams essentially undo causality, or not even causality, like undo an event, that's very powerful. And another reason why I don't think either of our two main DPS or our two mage DPS are going to acquire it. The best case I see is Kamugi acquiring it. But even then, I thought the same case for possibly like Bakugami. So it may be the case where they just gonna hard fail this. Let's see. Shy may be the wrong one, but then again, as long as it's not attacking people, that's why I'm confused on whether it's responsible for the Pendulum Seas sending many ships to their end, or if the Pendulum Seas just suck. Let's see. This one is a Shy Majik. We don't know its trial, or even if it's a human hate. Oh, so they literally don't even know. They're just wiling out right now. But it can manipulate time. If it can manipulate time like we suspect, then it'll be a powerful tool to help. Okay, so they're still hard prepping for World. I mean, that makes sense. Then it'll be a powerful tool to have when we go up against the World Hater. Acquiring it would be awesome. But even just starting its trial is a victory. So yeah, we're probably not gonna get it. However, as soon as things start looking too hairy, we scram. Got it? Okay then. Oh no, that may still be her. Okay then. Okay, a nod. Oh, I guess that's the thing. Chiki Shirone's body. Well, I forget if we actually know the name of Chiki Shirone's host. I'm not sure. Well, no, Chiki Shirone is the name of the host. Stupid. Chiki Shirone is the name of the host. Like, her body is bad at this. So I'm actually very impressed that she's able to make it this far, but she's morning sick. But even Ichi's like, he's like, I can't hunt time. You got me. I can hunt tapirs, I can hunt wolves, I can hunt sharks, I can hunt spiders, all that. I can even hunt a king, but I can't hunt time. So even Ichi's like, yeah, no. And of course, Kambui's locked in. But see, these bars are so different. It's time to hunt time itself. Now, it's time to begin an epic hunt. All right, though. Interesting. So it is like a fully decked out ship, but no people. Oh, this place looks like it's falling apart. Oh, talk about your stereotypical ghost ship. Why do you know? Well, I guess it makes sense. She's probably has access to human memories and has been around for a while. Tink, is it safe to touch stuff though? Like I don't know. I would do very minimal interaction, but I suppose that's the issue. If they do very little interaction, they won't learn anything. So I guess you just ball. We ball, I suppose. I bet you it's haunted too. Ooh, haunted. There's no such things as ghosts, right, Ichi? Either Ichi's gonna jump scare or there's gonna be a ghost next page. But like in this universe, are we really sure there are like? That's the thing. What convention like that makes sense in our universe for us to say mostly, but like in a magical universe, whenever people say, "Oh, the ghosts aren't real, aliens aren't real, X, Y, Z aren't real," but magics are, but magic and magics are, they're real. They're real and they embody every single aspect. It's like, would you really be surprised if things like ghosts existed? I guess if they were independent from magic, maybe that's what she's thinking. But even then, I would just assume ghosts are magical in this universe. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. Did all three? Yeah, all three. So that's. I mean, I guess that's a level of prowess, right? We know Ichi just has his base instincts that allow him to immediately lock onto something. Gokuraku has been dealing with magics for years and been adapting to magic, so he likely senses something. And then Descaros, just a very experienced witch. Komugi, the least experienced of them all and being distracted by Jigishirone, she doesn't have immediate reaction. No, not at least not. That's a human-looking hand. That's a human-looking hand. Uh-oh. But interesting that all three of them react immediately, when at first they were just exploring. Something's there. But I like how they're on edge, right? There's the immediate like joy of, oh, the ocean's frozen, I can walk on it, is gone. They're like, the ruler fell. My fault, OG. But like they're all immediately locked in because time to be locked in. I love how G Shorty doesn't get. But then again, right? How do obviously we saw how Hitsugi and the World Hater react to the prophecy model. They're like, you're annoying, but you're useful. Come here or we boom you. But like, how do other Majiks react to Jishirone? Like, presumably they're all able. Like, what's Uro's opinion on her? Or if it is her, she currently embodies it currently embodies a human body. But like, if it is female, like, does he care? Is he annoyed? Like, did he know about the prophecy? Was he like, oh, you gosh, not like, how did you do this to me? Because essentially, Uro didn't seem like he knew he was going to get captured. So maybe he doesn't know. But I would love to get other Majik's opinions on Jishirone. Now that she's here, or now that the Prophecy Majik is here, hopefully we get that. Especially considering this is a epic Majik with presumable long history. We don't know how old the Prophecy Majik is either, now that I think about it. We have no context for the age of it. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So, no, I mean, like, mostly human, seemingly feathery design, and claws. Or not claws. Well, to be fair, those are just sharpened nails. I've seen those before. Let's see. Sailors fear. Wait, hold on. Sailors fear the time Majik. Not only do they refuse to sail near its seas. So yeah, okay, so it does have dominion over the entire pendulum seas. It just keeps a specific pocket in space around its boat. Let's see. Not only do they refuse to sail near its seas, they also created a sea shanty warning against it. What's that sound? The rushing of the waves. What's that sound? The sighing of the wind. No, that's a whistle. One soft hoot. An owl? Okay, so presumably there's going to be an owl. So I guess it makes sense. We haven't run into one yet. Let's see. One soft hoot and one ship sinks. Another soft hoot, another ship sinks. That is the voice of the one who must never be heard. Epic Class Majik. The Time Majik. Its formal name. I'm hyped. I'm like, is it gonna be like an Egyptian god thing where it's mostly humanoid but it has an owl head, or just gonna have like owl-like features? I mean, I'm just because it's saying hoot and like what hoots other than owls? Yep. Okay. So, oh, that's a yo, the Chrono Weaver. Yo, why he got it on? No. Why is the fit so clean? Dog, I'm literally like wearing just like a logo shirt. Dog. Why is the fit so fine? Why is wait, hold on. The gays don't look that good again. I swear, a mirror does me better. I swear I'm stronger than that. But I feel like I probably couldn't rock the fit. I'd burst into sweat immediately. But why he got it on though? The fit is hard. Why are we hitting this too? Can y'all? Apparently it's like weird or no? Is it like apparently doing this is like supposed to? There we go. I think one of like splitting your hands like this is meant to be difficult. Like I know there's one thing I can't do. Like I can't put my ring finger down or like which finger is it? Yeah. Like I can't desync that. Like my middle finger does have absolute control over my ring finger. I cannot like I have to hold it back. And even then, I feel my muscles fighting against themselves. So I do need to like start stretching my hands out more. But like I know that's difficult. Like your fingers are interlinked to a degree. Like look at that. I'm only willing my pointer finger to go down, but my entire hand caves in, unless I hold everything back. Then it's fine. So I think that it's just like hand stretch. I need to get more flexibility back in my hands. But look at that. Putting one finger down just causes all of them to go down. The only one that doesn't do that is the thumb because it's so disjointed from the other fingers. But even then, you saw it for a second. And of course, though, like this isn't natural. It's always if it was so crazy to me to realize that like splaying your hand out like this is really not its natural form. It's this. Like when I'm not doing well, then again, it's fully this. If I'm not like raising it at all. But the fact that the natural state of the hand is like this has always confused me. You'd think it'd be like this, but actually, if you are like this, you're like entering rigor mortis. So you don't want to do that. Let's see. The Chrono Weaver Majik, who's got that on. Oh, this is Ichi's like, oh, we're gonna die. The immediate reaction, dog. All right. But like I thought, it is based on an owl. All right. Oh, is it gonna throw them back in time, or is it just gonna throw them off the boat? Everyone shot. Oh, oh wait, everyone. We have Ichi, we have Komugi, we have Jiki Shirone, and we have Gokuraku. No Descaros though. Did she manage to tank it? Oh. Okay. So even she did get knocked back too. But interesting. But it didn't kill him. They didn't kill him. So that isn't like obviously. I would like to imagine anything with control over time is like one of the hardest things to beat. Like whenever I talk about the realities, or not the reality stones, the infinity stones, right? I talk about which ones I want. I don't blame people for immediately going to the time stone because being able to just, like most things experience time. Even like in the MCU, especially like Dormammu and not Outerversal, but like a beyond typical being was like affected by time itself. Like time was enforced upon him. So time, very, very powerful, obviously. Notably, I've always been more a reality stone guy, because then I could just make myself immune to time, because I changed my own reality. Shock horror, your powers no longer have effect on me. But time, it's like a being with control over time itself. It's really such fundamental time to literally erase and override events. A being with that power could have easily killed them if he wanted to, or if it wanted to, right? But it didn't. It simply removed him from their ship. So maybe that's part of the trial, right? Do not be removed. Figure out a way to avoid that. Let's see. Huh? Where's the ship? Over there. It kicked us out? Come together. I know why they couldn't do the full Final Fantasy reference, but Magneta. I need to play Kingdom Hearts 2 for like the 10th time. Okay, but it's more than 10. It's much more than 10. Let's see. Come together. Magneta. And once again, I do wonder, what is the difference between basic spells and spells that are tied to Majik? So this just looks like a basic spell. And they were still all in the barrier. Let's see. Okay, we go again. Interesting. So, okay, so they did seemingly... Oh, they were thrown back into the rain, so they got wet a little bit. Except for Descaros. Descaros seemed perfectly fine, but they got soaked. Even Jiki Shirone got soaked. Interesting. Oh, okay. Darn. Oh, see, this is interesting. Speed Ray. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if there's a reason why it has 8 stars. That's probably a reference I don't get. But, boom, all right. Right back onto the boat. Darn! You did do this to my son? And my daughter? I bet Gokuraku landed fine though. But look how Descaros lands perfectly fine. But I guess she's used to using this Majik. And I do love that we are, like, if we're truly giving Descaros the title of the Abyssal Witch, and as many people pointed out, Abyssal just likely means that's how many Majik she has. It's literally Abyssal. She's lost count. There's so many for every situation. I'm glad we're seeing more and more and more. This is what, like, her 10th? I want to think, because it's a Ding Dong, it's the turtle guy, it's the one with the gun, the pointer fingers, then it's the dragon, the thread dragon. Actually, it may not be as many now I think about it. Obviously, Wakanda, now Speed Ray. I know I'm missing some, but like she's shown a lot, and I'm glad we're seeing a lot of different Majiks and all the different abilities. Of course, this technically does lock off beasts later for each to hypothetically acquire, but at the same time, it's literally infinite options. And we've seen there are multiple types of Majiks, right? Or multiple types of Majiks that fill the same niche. So there could be another lightning Majik out there. There could be another ice Majik out there. It'd be overlapping, but still, I wouldn't be shocked if similar beasts to the one that Descaros has captured already are still able to be hunted by Ichi. And maybe even Descaros can give tips on him on how to do that. Or like how she did it, and we can see Ichi do it in a different way. Let's see. Boom! Chrono Weaver's like, you what? Let's see. And the difference between the watch I left on the deck and Mugi's watch. You smooth fiend. You stopped time for us. Oh! So that's what she was doing here. That's what she was doing here. I thought she was just... I didn't see what was in her hand. I thought she was just touching the mast. No. She left a watch here in order to... That's... Oh, God, she's so fine. It's so intelligent. Let me stop. I know y'all said you can never be too down bad for Descaros. I need to restrain myself, though. Come on. I'm a full-grown man on camera. We can't be doing too much. Let's see. First Uro, then the world hater, now you. Your skills are so cheaty it makes me sick. I mean, that is still very insane. Like, and notably, he did it seemingly with, like, one motion. And he even got Descaros. I think that's the most important part here. Like, Descaros, still clearly the strongest of the human cast we've seen. Whether she's the strongest character in the verse anymore is definitely up for debate. I definitely now fully agree. Probably is world hater, just because, you know, a fraction of world hater's power was enough to amp Hitsuki to the moon and back. But, with it being the case, it is very impressive that he got her to the point where she can notice this. Let's see. Your skills are so cheaty, it makes me sick. Oh wait, now see, this is a double swipe penalty. Gosh darn it. The time is about 15 seconds. Thought so. So yeah, he literally caught everyone. Interesting though. Gokuraku was going for it. Gokuraku was definitely going for it. In fact, he even reacted faster than Ichi. That's actually kind of crazy. That Gokuraku was the one to get there fast. Especially since I think he was behind Ichi. No, he was in front. So yeah, he got the kiss off, and then he was going to lunge in and punch. But he actually attacked first. Okay, let's see. Well then. Oh, darn. The immediate blitz of doom and despair, though. I get it. Gotta keep attacking. Well then, let's see how short the time intervals for that power are. But the thing is, though, does that matter to him? It's the issue, notably, in the story I'm writing. There are a bunch of different characters with a bunch of different powers that relate to certain aspects of the universe. But I've been struggling and dancing around how to write the time character that naturally would exist. But like, once again, it's kind of like how in this universe you would expect a time object to exist. In my universe, based on how it's structured, you would expect beings who control time to exist. And the way that I limited them, or the way I plan to limit them, I haven't actually written it yet, but I do have a loose plan about how to write around them, since they are necessary for the way the narrative is going to go. Not time travel in of itself. They can't do that. That's one of the rules. They can't go back. That's for reasons. But one of the ways that they work around whatever limitations they have is by just granting themselves more time. Like, if they only have 3 seconds to complete an action, they will triple that to 3 minutes by just adding more time. They literally create time. Since they have complete dominion over it, they create time, they add more of it. So I'm wondering if Chrono Weaver's in the same sense, where like, even if this blitz of doom and despair would actually, never mind. But essentially, even if this blitz of doom and despair would actually do something, maybe it wouldn't, because what would be 3 seconds in Descaros' perspective would be 3 years in his, and he's like, it doesn't really matter. Especially considering we know Majiks are already seemingly immortal. Let's see. Well, not even seemingly. I think they just are. Like, they're indestructible, immortal, and consistently regenerate. But let's see. Oh, interesting. Huh. So they were about to have an interaction, but who's this? Dun, da, da, da! Time to swap the. Okay, so it is a case. So I'm assuming what happened. Chrono Weaver got attached to these people here and is keeping them in like an eternal time loop, or these are constructs. It depends on how like far Chrono Weaver's abilities go. But I figured he would probably have captured a group of people on this ship, whether it be out of fondness or out of punishment. Like there are two ways it goes, right? Either Chrono Weaver captured this person and presumably other people based on something they did that ended up here, and then he just made this place his domain, either to protect them forever and keep them alive forever, and or to punish them forever. I'm thinking of like the Hunter's Nightmare in Bloodborne, where like there's just a place, there is the Hunter's Dream, but there's also the Hunter's Nightmare, where the Hunter's Dream is made for hunters, and you know, I've never actually played Bloodborne. I just watched a whole bunch of old videos on it, so I can't go fully in depth on lore Bloodborne. But there are two parallel realms that kind of serve the same function, except one is an eternal hunt, one is only a temporary hunt, and one helps to facilitate the hunt that is temporary. One keeps you trapped in the hunt forever, where you eventually lose your mind and lose all sense of self. So like, considering this guy has some sense of self, I'm assuming Chrono Weaver either has locked them at a certain point in time and keeps just redoing it, and or not. Maybe they just choose to be here. Or maybe it just keeps looping. Time to swab the decks! Interesting, though, that they all stopped. Even Chrono Weaver didn't banish anybody. Did I interrupt? Oh my goodness, so many guests! An entourage of witches, maybe. Oh gosh, then it's hardly time to clean. I'm so sorry for interrupting your undoubtedly serious discussion with my Giante entry. I had no idea you were already occupied. I'll leave you to it, right? They immediately... I don't blame him, though. I would... Yeah. So he definitely has a fondness for whoever this guy is, and maybe others that are in the ship. I'll leave you to it, right? Oh dear! I've been caught! Oh no! Now what? Goodness, these gentlemen won't even budge. I'm in trouble. Goku Rocket being that physically strong is hilarious, but Ichi being that physically strong is also hilarious. Because remember, the boy's 15, like, barely 130 pounds. Like, what? He's not even above 150. That man is just straight muscle. And he's, like, 5'4"? He's very tiny. Well, and I say that knowing Ichi would absolutely dog walk me if we were to ever have a physical encounter. Despite being, like, literally twice his size. Girth, weight-wise, not height-wise. Let's see. Yeah, but interesting. Yep, Descaros immediately notices. It's not stopping time. Ichi, Kokuraku, hang on to that one. Yipes! You got it! They're like, Kokuraku doesn't even look away. He's like, oh, don't worry. This is far from the first time I've taken a man hostage. I've done this game many a time before. You are not safe. Let's see. Uh-oh, but Ichi notices something that... I wonder if it's hollow. I wonder if it's not actually a person in there, or something like that. What? That shorty over there, a buddy Majik of yours? Whatever the case, if you touch us while we've got it, I'ma use that. Now then, what say you let us take your trial, And make it a simple one, if you can. Descaros! I mean, like... I mean, I don't blame... Like, it's bad, but I don't blame her. I mean, especially if the Majik is... But then again, I suppose you come into its territory and then it responds. You can't really get mad at it. But hey, I am also kind of a win's a win kind of guy. I used to have like care and honor and pride. No, I kind of just want to win. I kind of just want to do it now. So I don't blame Descaros for being a fiend for it. Let's see. Descaros! I think there's a... so it is a guy. I think there's a human in this armor. Not only that, she's... Oh, that's a woman. Oh, that's a woman. Oh, is this gonna get weird? Oh, don't get weird. Don't get weird. I hope. I mean, he is human enough. Interesting. And he's able to tell that. Interesting. Not only that, she's pregnant. He's like, she's showing his face is killing me. She's like, ew. I thought that would be like, Majiks don't give birth. They're just spawned. So I guess it makes sense. What? Oh, good guess. Is she not pregnant? Is she just thick? Clang? Oh. Whoa. It is weird! She's gotta be fake. I'm assuming she's fake, right? Like, she's gotta be fake. She's gotta be fake. Oh, it got weird. Oh, it got weird. I mean, like, I know. But then it was real he had goat feet. So, like, it got weird anyway. Please tell me she's a construct and not actually real. I mean, like, if I never mentioned it, but it did. Like, it was at the back of my. I figured it would get freaky. Like, they were too many human. Like, notably, I hadn't seen like I've seen people praise the World Hater for having like a very pretty design, which I do agree. I never saw anyone like getting freaky with the World Hater. I hadn't seen any freaky World Hater fan art. Because that was like the closest, and like Bakugame looked mostly human, but then he had like the tape your hands and like tape your ears, like, and obviously he was just like a mean character, so very few people latched onto him. Same with World Hater, but you know, carried itself differently, and was also just more pretty. But did she actually pipe down that? Is this real, or is this all just a setup? Because now it looks like Chrono Weaver's attacking. I'm just your run-of-the-mill pregnant lady. Please, would you not acquire my hubby? Something had to happen. If it really is just these two, not thinking about it. If it truly is just these two, then something must be wrong with the baby, right? Like, maybe there's, for some reason, the baby can't. Is the trial to help deliver the baby? Maybe that's it. Like, there's gotta be. She has to be the basis of the trial. That has to guess, or she's a distraction considering it looks like Chrono Weaver's attacking. You're what? so okay. You know what? That helps me, because at least in Descaros' view, with the countless different Majik she's encountered, Majik mating is not like. Inter being like, it's not a thing. It's not, I mean, like, to each their own. I've been a Pokemon fan for a long time. I know it's a thing that fandoms do. But, like, it's never actually, I mean, it's been freakily joked at or winked, or, like, Game Freak themselves has winked at us in the game. I really remember, like, it's in Sun and Moon, right? That has, like, that woman saying, oh, my big, strong, meaty, juicy, throbbing Machamp. There are definitely, like, it's implied to be freaky. There are a bunch of humanoid Pokemon. I've seen a bunch of fan art. But, like, we got 52 chapters deep, and we're already messing with the Majiks. And not in the same way that we used to mess with the Majik. Alright. Alright, Blitz, Zip. Oh, so he's not even attacking. Alright. Yeah, the baby I'm carrying is the child of a human and a Majik. I almost almost want to put beans down. Like, don't have beans. I am bro. I almost want to put beans down. The trial is going to be helping her deliver the baby safely. How they're gonna do that, I don't know. But somebody told me this is very new. Look at the different levels of disgust get me. Gogoroku's like angry about it because he just doesn't like money. He's like, ew. And then Ichi's like, baby. I bet he probably just doesn't even, like, there's no way Ichi ever got the birds and the bees talk. He probably, like, understands it from animals, but he doesn't understand how humans do it. He definitely doesn't understand how a Majik and human would do it. Jiki Shirone, weird. Technically currently has the capacity to, so she's in a woman's body. But, like, probably Majiks probably just don't mate. But I guess that doesn't imply that Majiks can mate. Are there Majik kids? Did Uro lay pipe? This opens way too many doors, and I kind of don't like any of them, but now I'm strangely okay. Kamuki's just horrified. I bet the image is running through her mind. She knows. She definitely had the birds and the bees talk. And Descaros, most certainly as well. What? My reaction. Like, literally, my exact same reaction. Oops, I said it. Chrono Weaver's like, why is this happening? Interesting though, he hasn't spoken yet. He very much hasn't spoken. So he may be a mute. Or at least he doesn't want to speak. But alright, a W chapter. Well, it took a very, very freaky route pretty much immediately. Not immediately, towards the end. I like it. Once again, the one thing I give praise to Ichi to, it's its world building. And, like, it was bound at... Where does that phrase come from? In fact, that's going to be the password. I literally know it's going to be that. But, like, looks human enough. I guess, like that's... Well, actually, no. That's a derivative of the phrase, looks female enough, which is freaky as all get out. The people who came up with that, weird. And I'm not judging anybody, because I'm weird myself, but weird. But regardless, not on my bingo card. Furthest thing from my bingo card, but still a W chapter. Introducing Chrono Weaver, introducing the stakes, introducing a new class of Majik. Even though I think the title's a little bit underwhelming, it's not as epic Majik seems like it could be. Like legendary or primordial Majiks would have been a more interesting name. That's the word I was thinking of earlier, primordial. I just love that word. Big word, fancy thing. But the stakes of it being set up very interesting, setting up the absolute power of the Chrono Weaver Majik is interesting. This scenario is interesting. Could they acquire it and he still be an active husband? Because she says hubby. Like, she doesn't say baby daddy. She says hubby. So, like, that is her husband, presumably. So, like, what are the moral implications of that? The baby being a human Majik hybrid? What if this is truly a real woman and not a construct of some sort? How does that work? The trial itself, presumably, I'm still saying it's probably going to be helping her give birth. And maybe that's why each witch has been, like, forced to forget it. That would explain why the Chrono Weaver keeps erasing the event from time. He's like, I don't want you to know that my wife is pregnant and I have no idea how to help her deliver it. Right? Like every single witch probably heard that was like, huh? But Ichi and crew are going to somehow figure out a way to do that. I guess. So, overall, we get a W chapter. Very freaky, but for the two time, man. If you haven't already seen this video, leave looks human enough in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you can have a page down below where you support me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, cross-channel content, and more. By cross-channel content, I do mean I have a new other channel that will be getting videos every Saturday at 1 p.m. They will be reaction videos. Is that guy the reaction? It'll be linked in the description down below. You can check that out. All videos that get posted up there will be mostly pre-recorded and thusly will be available for all patrons members for as low as $1 a month, or you can be a member for as low as $3 a month. You can be a patron for $1, member for $3, and you'll get access to all exclusive videos, all live reactions, and early videos from other different channels, because I also am planning to still make more channels. I have so many ideas that cannot all fit in this 7-day-a-week channel, but with it being the case, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.
I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Ura, Alex Kenny, Enzo, Swift Strike, Autumn Mornings Lazo, Superflame Zero, Yuki Ally, Azo2404, Striker Man, Aso8, Damon Brown, Cray Panem, DBT, Plant Crone, Grim, Black Sage, Marco222, and Straw. Then, I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Victoraji, Dread Zoan, A+A, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, and Midnight Lord 21. Then, I'd like to give a thank you to our Ink tier members: Austin Wimberly Auchia, King RTX, and Shrimpo60. Then, I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then, I'd like to give a final big ol' thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Waki Munoz and Waki Munoz.